Right, for part 2, this is where I'm going to continue this card front off and colour the little bits and extra little bits. Keeping with the colour theme, I've decided that I'm going to keep to the orange browns and the lemon colours with just a little bit of a, I don't know what colour this is, like a beigey colour I suppose, using the Ecoline pens because I just thought they might be a bit better for going over where the Oxide ink was. The nibs on these are a little bit wide for me, to be honest. But they are covering the Oxide ink quite good, which is what I wanted. Love the details on these stamps. Now the reason why I haven't attached it yet to my base card is because I didn't want the colouring to be on the base card, and knowing my luck I would have gone over the edge or dropped the pen or done something silly. And it doesn't have to be perfect because this pen looks like it's slightly bleeding through maybe as well, so but I'm not too bothered about that. I can rectify that after. So don't worry about that too much. Right, for the houses, I've actually decided that I quite like just the shading of the distress inks because it's got like a lighter effect at the bottom, like as if the sun's hit it. So I'm only going to, again taking my lightest colour of my pens, I'm just going to go here, there and not worrying too much. That's all. I've done this video more as to show you the masking and the effect rather than the colouring. So just using the slightly darker one. You get some shading from the overhang of the roof. And a bit of shading at the bottom of the stones. You can do them all one colour if you want to do. Some people love the colouring. If I've got more time, so do I. And I actually prefer to colour with a watercolour. But for today's sample, I'm being brave and doing it with these, and you can probably tell. I do also, I sometimes use alcohol ink pens, and I don't mind them either. These Ecoline pens are a little bit new to me, to be honest. But I like to try things. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect. It really doesn't matter. Right. So that's basically the colouring as much as I'm going to do at the moment. So now I am going to bring in pens out of the way that are rolling around. I'm going to bring in my stamp press again. So, put your base on first. Put your base card on. And then line up the inner section. And when it's how you want it, which looks fairly straight and a fairly even border all the way around. You see the border there? You're going to take your fairy path stamp I try to just move this up a bit and place it so that the top of the path lines up with the door. And use your magnets to hold it in place again. And again, take your fairy stamp and lining it up with your acetate as near as you can. If it's off a few tiny bits, it doesn't matter. And again, go over with your platform to pick it up. Hopefully that's not moved my card. Don't think it has. Because again, as in the first part, it's picked up the acetate sheet. That isn't a problem. Now then, could do with a piece of spare card under there just to protect my platform. So just forgive me while I just put some under there. Should have done that before, but again, it doesn't matter. And ink up. You could just ink up parts, but I'm going to, for ease and quickness of today, I'm going to ink up the whole lot and press down. Now there's no actual ink, distress ink on this bit, so I'm hoping it inks up quite good. I'm going to move that magnet. Like I say, it is on 2 layers, so it is going to be a little bit harder to do. Especially on where the join is. This is where I would probably stand up as well, but you can see what I'm doing. That's better. Now then, what I'll probably do is go along here with a bit of a black pen again, like I said, and just make my own little circle bit. It was just to give you an idea of how you can have it that it actually comes off the card for a bit of an effect. So that is that. Right, take this off your stamping press now. Platform. And remove that. And you can see where, when you put it together, you would just line it up, making it think square again, in place, and line it up. Right, so that's now stuck down. Hoping that last bit was recording. So I found a Sharpie pen, which is a permanent marker, and I'm just going to do my own bits of filling in. It's not perfect. I don't profess to be an artist at all. Right. So I'm just going to allow that to dry a little bit. And I'm going to go back to my Ecoline pens. And I'm just going to, on the, see if I can zoom this in for you, on here, do little tree type it's not tree type, it's like grasses, isn't it? Like grasses. Well, that's what I'm supposed to be doing anyway. Probably looks nothing like grasses, does it? But anyway, just to soften it off a little bit. Now, while I was doing that, I thought, I've forgotten to do something. It's not important. We can go back and do it now. So, again, taking your stamping platform. It just goes to show you that absolutely nothing you do matters if it's not gone as you've planned it. So on my intro I put that we was using the Slender Mushrooms Mini, which I am going to use. So again, even the little ones come with the little acetate sheets, which are fabulous. And I'm just going to have it that is at the base of the tree. Oops, sticking to me. Right. So again, move your acetate piece. I'm going to do this in the black. Excuse my phone. Must remember to turn the sound off. And again, just hold it for a few seconds. This should stamp better because there's not much of the Distress Oxides just there. And as you can see, it's stamped really nice. So again, these little stamps have a lovely habit of getting a little bit lost in your work. So put them back on your acetate sheet and at least you've a better chance of finding it. Remove your platform. Now then, I'm hoping, because I've given it a little minute or two, that the path has had a chance to dry what I did. And I think I'm going to use a grey and maybe the pale brown just to make a bit of a change of colour. I like to just do the zoom that in if I can for you. Hopefully my camera stops shaking. Yes, it's fine now, that. I always think paths tend to get a bit worn in the middles, don't they? and it helps to do a little bit of the shading effect as well. So on the larger ones I'm going across the bottom, because I also think that there would be in the shade of the house, and these would be getting a little bit of the sun's direct light. Under the eaves there. Just to give the illusion of the shadow that the sun would give. So I think we'll just do a bit more here as well. This literally is just so that the video, for the effect of the video, you would spend a lot more time creating the effects than what I have time to do here. Over with that. Hope I was on screen there. Basically I just went, I was that concentrating that much on doing it. I don't know if I was off screen there. So basically just went over. Right, hopefully this time I'm in shot. So wherever those vines that are wrapping itself around the trees are, you just go over with the white pen. Now we're getting fairly nearly done now. So I just want to finish the tree off with a little bit of, I'm hoping this pen works. So I'm literally just going to make my own dots with a bit of a glitter pen. So dot, 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 dot. I don't know if you can see them or not. Probably not. They're very hard because they're glittery. You could use one of the Lavinia stamps, floral stamps, to do a similar look. I think the new ones have one that would be ideal, but Patty's not got those in stock yet, so I'll not use it. However, you could have a look online and see if it's something that you might fancy. I think it's in one of the floral sets that they've just, but there, oh, maybe, fair enough, they're not glittery, but hopefully there you can just see what I've done. I mean, I can see the glitter on them and it looks really nice, but I don't want, I can't. As you can see, I've added them there and in different places, but unfortunately you can't see that very good because the cameras never pick up glitter, do they? Right, now then there's only one other thing that I'm going to do, and that is I'm going to do the highlighting of what's on the tree. See if I can bring this down. Use a bit of spur. Right, my phone rang there, so I'm going to try and go back to what I was doing. So on the dwellings, to match what I did with the tree, I'm just adding some of the white pen on the vine things that go around the tree, around the roof. And I think I will do at that for the actual colouring of the roofs, because I think they quite blend in right well with the original Oxide ink. and that is how the path finished up coming to the bottom. Quite like that look, quite like that. So hopefully that's given you an idea of another idea of how to create a scene, and it's been okay. Bye.